Alright everyone, welcome back to this episode of Bitcoin Trade here. And the Legend X9 made a comment here. I knew you would, and thank you. And talks about the Bitfin X. I don't know how else to say it, but we'll just call it, well, Bitfin. How about that? We'll just say Bitfin. Or Bitfine. I think Bitfin's a lot easier to say. So I want to talk about that just a little bit because it did show up on. Now he says a lot of things in there, and if you all want to read it, that's fine. He said most of them are Westerners, blah blah blah. Not even the owners are non-Asian, blah blah blah. And he talks a lot of mumbo jumbo about charts and stuff like that. And I'm not saying it's mumbo jumbo, but I don't understand some of the stuff he's saying. Kind of do, but don't. But anyways, he there's a link right there for anybody who wants to see what he's talking about. But a couple things I want to show here. And so this is kind of what I saw, and this is where I got Bitfin. All right. Or Bitfin. We'll just say Bitfin. That rolls off my tongue a lot easier. So Bitfin here, and Bitfin Exchange. I guess that's what it means. Bitfin. So we'll say Bitfin. And you know, just based on volume, I'm looking for exchanges that have volume because when I want to trade, I want to make sure that somebody's on the other side of that trade buying or selling. Okay. So there's got to be somebody on that other side. So volume makes a big difference. So let me back up here. So what do we got? We got Bitstamp. God, I hate to see this here. I wish they would just remove this completely. It really gets in the way. Bitfin here, and then you got Bitsy here. So Bitstamp has become the most traded, I guess, and by volume. But you know, I look for all three because of situations like Mt. Gox. You know, I basically said that, you know, if it falls, I mean, just another one will fall. Will rise in its place, and there it is. Bitfin's going to be the one. It's, you know, in Hong Kong, so it's in Asia somewhere. So there you go. And I want to go to it because it's a little unique than all the other ones where you can do a lot of things like a currency platform. And let me see if I can just... Oh, this is the other thing I want to show you. Right here where it says currencies. It kind of relates to... Oh, that's not it. Let me see here. All markets now. Overview. Okay. Let me see. There was something I was gonna show you here. Where is it? Huh. Alright, here we go. So, the Legend X9 mentioned how it's mostly Westerners and non-Asians and stuff like that. Well, excuse me, I gotta... If you look at this, I mean, well, first of all, here's the chart of volume by exchange, and Mt. Gox will still in here. It'll eventually disappear over time. But you're seeing Bitfin, Bitstamp, and Bitfin's really, from what I've seen on the website, a lot of it's tied into Bitstamp, and then a little bit's tied into Bitsy from, I believe, I'm not sure. So, but if you look at the markets here, you know, these are the three majors now. But let's look at the currency volume. And it says by currency, and this big Pac-Man looking thing Matter of fact, here I'll turn it into Pac-Man. There you go. Waka 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 waka. And so, if you look at it, it's a lot of U.S. dollars, and so it tells me a couple things. Either there's a lot of people in America trading bitcoins, or there's a lot of people all over the world that have a lot of US dollars. I don't know which one is which, but I'm leaning towards the side that there's a lot of Americans that trade in Bitcoin, because I'm one of them, and I do from time to time do trade quite a bit. So this thing here is important because and I showed it before, because there's a lot of U.S. dollars to the Bitcoin. Converting Bitcoin back into U.S. dollar, it's goes the same way. Since I'm in America and converting my Bitcoins to legal tender and legally purchasing goods and services, and other assets that I can also trade, reinvest. That's a big advantage over, let's say, being in China, or being in Europe, or let me see here, or being in Japan, or being in the UK, or what is it, Hong Kong? I don't even know what PLN means. So, so look at the huge advantage you just by de facto, if you're in America, that you have if you trade in Bitcoin. So that's huge, and so I wanted to share that with you guys, and the importance of being in America with let me see here, with Coinbase, converting that Bitcoin to legal tender. Then you open up to a huge, how can I say this? You can open up yourself to a whole nother revenue source. Because if you recall my episodes, like way in the beginning, I kind of mentioned how you can take possession of Bitcoin and that opens up revenue streams for you. Well, just as important as taking possession of Bitcoin, converting it to a legal tender opens up another stream of revenue where you can reinvest in other legal assets, or other assets legally, I should say. So so that's kind of really important, why having a U.S. bank account is so important. And what I've learned over time is anybody can quite possibly have a bank, even a foreign citizen or foreign entity. That's not uncommon, actually. So, but what is important here is how much of what currency is available to convert, and right now it's USD. All right, USD. I wonder what US dollar, right? United States dollar. So that's kind of huge there. So let's take a look at. Let me see. This is Coinbase, and then this is the chart for Bitfin. And so, so Legend X9 mentioned something about something. That's why it looks like it's breaking out. So, but I'm gonna go onto the platform now. Okay. So we'll just look it up. Okay. And T fin. Oh, there it is. Look at that, it just pops up. And we'll just look at that. All right, so here's the here's what it looks like, and it does a lot of stuff. It'll say right there, liquidity swaps. It's an exchange, just like any other exchange, but you can do margin trading. You can do a lot of stuff that is a currency type kind of trading here, which this is. I'm a little familiar, but I don't do any of these things. I don't do liquidity swaps. I don't do. I just do straight exchange. That's what I do. Exchange. So this is just another way for me to play on price action. Some of the stuff I don't understand. Some of this I kind of understand. Some of the stuff I'm just not gonna do. I'm like margin trading. I'm not gonna margin trade. I'm not gonna borrow or leverage what I have. It sounds like a great idea, but you know, for me, if I don't have it, I'm not gonna trade it. So, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. But I think a lot of people who trade, either day trade or are professional traders on Wall Street type of platforms, I think they're gonna love this kind of trading. This is something like you're all used to. So have fun with this. This is probably another kind of avenue to opening up into investor trading, as far as the concept of stocks and bonds and that kind of stuff, exchanges. So this is kind of interesting. But this is the only site that I know that you can do these kind of margin, liquidity swaps, all this other stuff, margin trading. So I guess Bitcoin's starting to open up to other things, and they do a lot of Litecoin as well. So you can exchange your Bitcoin to Litecoin. So that's that. So if you have a chance, open account and trade on it. I try to diversify my Bitcoin holdings with the exchanges and or wallets, whether it be blockchain, multi-bit, or any other wallets out there. Another aspect about trading in Bitcoin is security. As much as you can take possession of your Bitcoins, well, somebody else can also take possession of those Bitcoins and take them. So you got to be, it's kind of like having real money. It really is. Although it never exists in this world. Would you leave like a stack of $10,000 laying on the kitchen table? Right? Would you leave your car unlocked with the windows rolled down with $10,000 in the driver's seat? You probably wouldn't. And so you shouldn't do that with your Bitcoins either, right? Cold storage, hot and cold storage. I'll get into that a little bit later, but I just want to show off this site here, and let's see what's it kind of give you some information. The platform's a little different, but it's workable. I mean, it's like any other platform. Buy, sell. How hard can it get? Buy and sell, right? Limit, market, order. This one, although has a lot of kind of orders like stop loss order and other stuff, orders that you can do just like a currency trading. You could put trailing stops, all this stuff. So Very different than the other exchanges, which are just straight exchanges. Like you cannot put a buy order above the current price. A buy order has to be below or something like that. So, although I never tried it that way, but anyways, um, there you go. This could add a lot, in my opinion. This could add a lot of volatility, and people don't think their currencies are very volatile. If you trade in currency, you know that your currency is very volatile, and it's volatile against other currencies. And what's driving that currency volatility? It's, well, first of all, it's actual, you know, international trading, that kind of stuff, but also speculation. So Bitcoin is just a pure. It's almost getting to pure speculation, almost. So, anyways, let's get back to the original here, which let's see, is it this one? Yeah, there you go. The Legend X9. So anybody knows what he's talking about, you can go here, but you know, I'm putting these videos out as I make them. So since I'm already here, let's do a chart analysis and what happened throughout the whole day. So the last chart you saw was in the morning. This is pretty much almost I think 9 o'clock here in Houston time. And what do we got here? Well, we got a trend going up, hitting against this resistance eventually. And so it's looks like it's just sliding right on up, and nothing's gonna happen. It may go up and down, but it's probably just gonna just slowly head up, unless it's gonna fall below this support right here, and eventually it's gonna hit up here, and it's gonna break out, or it's gonna break down, and so you got another triangle here. Here's your triangle. So when you're on 2 hour, nothing happens that much throughout a day, you know. So you know, in a 24 hour period, you only got 12 of these, right? So, and here you go. This is BitC, and BitC's sort of breaking in and breaking down, but not really. Remember, all these exchanges are independent of each other. So, and then we got Bitfin here, and you know, Bitfin's the only one that looks like it's breaking out. And the Legend X9 does mention something about it. I haven't put a line in there. Maybe I should see where the support is. Here we go. So I'll put a support in line like that. So we'll watch it, okay? So if you're staying up all night trading, you know, here you go. This is a nighttime trade if you're in Houston. It's a daytime trade if you're in. Let me see here. Where would you need to be? Because if you do any currency trading, this is Bitfin. I'm talking specifically about Bitfin. If you do currency trading, you'll and Bitcoin pretty much trades 24/7. It doesn't take a day off. Let me see here. Okay. So here's what I got. I got some time here, and yeah, I keep track of all this time here. Let me see here. There's Australia, Japan, Hong Kong, which Bitfin is out of. Germany, it's still, everyone's probably sleeping, but Germany will be after you hit the Asian markets here. Australia is considered an Asian market. Okay. Australia, Japan, Hong Kong. These are the markets that are probably trading. And then after that, you'll get into German and UK markets, which are the European markets for the most part. I don't have France in here. I don't have, you know, the reality is in Europe, there's really two markets, Germany and UK. Um, but for the most part, most of Europe is dictated by what German, in my opinion, what German does. So they're the dominant economy over there. But UK, has its own presence. So a couple more hours. Then after that, I just come back all the way to well, maybe a little bit of Brazil to you know then that would also be South America for the most part. But after that, it just kind of falls in line with I just have U.S. time because I'm in the U.S. But I know pretty much that's probably the time wherever certain places in Canada is, which I don't really keep track of Canada because it's almost same time frame as the U.S. And of course, but I do keep track of Alaska, Hawaii. So I mean, it's quite possible someone in Alaska or Hawaii will be trading, but unfortunately, window of opportunity to actually transact anything, um, it's kind of a little narrow compared to mainland. But but what's nice about Hawaii is that you can trade probably alongside with most of the Asian markets, which would be Australia, Japan, Hong Kong. So it's what is it, four? What was it, Hawaii? It's only four. It's only 4 p.m. in Hawaii, and yet the Pacific market here is afternoon. For the most part, morning started. So anyways, there you go. There's another chart analysis here, and I mean, it really looks like it's breaking out. So this could be a sign or a signal of an uptrend. Another one is now finally you get to Coinbase, and then this is what you're seeing with Coinbase here. And although it has no volume, you don't know how much they're buying, and there's no market depth, just the fact that there's a chart here that I can work with really makes a big difference because I can, although Coinbase is not an exchange per se, I can still trade as if it was, and the money's real. It is very, very real, right into my bank account. Now, depending on what bank you use, some may accept the payment, and some may not accept the payment. Some may accept the charges, some may not accept the charges. I'm fortunate enough to have some relations with banks that I guess right now they're watching. They're watching. They may be a little amazed, but they're definitely watching, and they're it's for someone for an industry that doesn't has never traded in Bitcoin. This is the weirdest thing that they have ever seen. I can't confirm it, but I can only imagine they're like looking at this and going, I don't understand. They're probably thinking like, I don't understand why anybody would buy nothing. I mean, that's kind of how I would envision that's what they're thinking. So anyways, but I can make a trade on this. And so what I'm seeing is a good support up, but there's this resistant line. So as it works its way up here, depending on what it does, it could be a selling or a buying opportunity. So if it hits and then works its way down, at least you'll know how far it might go down before you can get a good price. But if it breaks out, I mean, all the prices, all the time that you were down here, putting your buy orders in, just like, see, right here, sell, sell, buy, buy. Um, you'll see what's happening. And what's the amazing thing about this is what blows me away. Um, you don't see how much they do, but you see something being done. And this is played out all night, all day. There's somebody on Coinbase buying and selling. It could also be the merchants. A lot of the merchants use Coinbase, so this is what you could be seeing as well. But the fact that it's just 24/7, there's something going on at Coinbase. I mean, that's impressive. So, and they're not even in an exchange. They're really like a bank, like a Bitcoin bank. And you know, of course, Bitcoin fluctuates in value, so you know, it that's where you're going to get people coming in and buying or selling, or maybe not. It's just a way of transacting a payment. So, anyways, but I do trade when I want to be very liquid with my Bitcoins, and I think I need to convert them into legal tender. You know, Coinbase is a really good way to do it if you have an American bank account. But if you've been listening to what I said, anybody can have a bank account. Even a foreign citizen can have a bank account in America if you do it properly, right? So, anyways, this concludes this episode here of Bitcoin Trade. And so far, I'm going to mainly look at Coinbase because I think maybe people who watch my videos are probably mostly in America. And in any case, no matter where you are, you're probably trading in US dollars, Bitcoin to US dollars. So why is it important to look at this chart for Coinbase? Because this is the only place that I know that you can with confidence convert your Bitcoins to US dollars and have it go to your bank account, and from your bank account you can convert it to legal tender. So there is a couple steps here. You're converting it to electronic money to a bank account, and then from there you the owner, the investor for your own purpose, can go to your bank that you have hopefully you have a great relationship with them, and be able to say, hey, I would like $100 or $1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 or a million. I don't know if you can ever get a million. That's a lot to move. I'd just rather give me a cashier's check for $1 million and I'll take it to another bank, you know. Anyways, so that's why it's really important. I'm starting to understand that you got to diversify your Bitcoins like you got to diversify your currency holdings with banks. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. So here you go. There's a nice chart. Still uptrending. I'm a little cautious as it gets closer to this resistance. But I've already made my purchases where I was happy to make them. So I'm in it for the long run. I'm holding on some Bitcoins. We'll see what happens. This is the only thing I'm worried about. But if it can break through, you're back in an uptrend. And let me see here. Last chart to. Oh, I'm sorry, not that one. Not that one either. So. Okay. Markets. There we go. Let's go to markets. Okay, so now we're back to this thing here. And everything's green again, except for Mt. Gox, which is black. They went dark. So everything's green again. And remember last time I showed you this was starting to turn a little red and start really getting bloody? What happened? The world fell apart. Well, Mt. Gox fell apart. Now everything's green again. Now what do you think is going to happen? You think we're going to, uh, well, you think the price of Bitcoin is going to go up now? I don't know. I hope it does. Anyways, that concludes this episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm going to load it. I'll probably do another one in the morning when I start trading again. Or maybe not. I don't know. I'm pretty busy. But I'm going to be loading this as soon as I'm done with it. So feel free to comment, like, dislike, or even do a video response.